All right, what's up, guys? This I'm not gonna lose my mind or even raise my voice at this. Um, but it does make me furious knowing that we should have got rid of this guy last year. Raheem has to get fired today. Zach has to get fired today. If not, fam, my boycott starts next week. I can't sit here and watch this product, bro. I can't. I can't. Knowing that these guys are incompetent at their positions. Raheem Morris is a terrible coach that does not deserve another head coaching gig opportunity, period. The fact that Zach Robinson can get fired today and get a shot at a college gig is insulting. Dude, Carolina beat us 30 to zip. The Dolphins are pretty much just playing with their food now. 31 to 3. So you mean to tell me in two games on teams that were bottom feeders, you gave up 61 to 3. And I can't even blame the defense for this. If you look at the time of possession and the fact that Atlanta was going three and out, three and out, three and out, three and out, fumble. Oh man. You got to pack these guys up today. You got to pack them up today. You have to. You have to pack. Raheem cannot coach another game here. Zach cannot call another game here. They have to get out of here. Hold on, fam. I'm gonna put my music on because I feel like I'm about to snap. Lord have mercy. Again, I hate. I absolutely hate predicting things about this team and it coming to pass. But I told y'all we should have fired Raheem last year. Zach Robinson should have got out of here last year. Think about this, fam. Within 2 years, because Raheem Morris won't be the coach of the Atlanta Falcons next year. Within 2 years, Raheem was the coach of the Atlanta Falcons. He brought in a defensive coordinator that they fired at the end of the season, and then him and his offensive coordinator are going to get fired. So that shows you. Hold on, fam. What the hell am I hearing in the back? Feels like I'm hearing the game playing. But yeah, man, this is to make the public statement that we got embarrassed playing against San Francisco and it'll get fixed, and then you come out here and absolutely get destroyed at home by the Dolphins, who are now 2-6. By that alone, you should be fired. I kid you not. If these guys are on the sidelines next week, Arthur does not care about the product that he's putting out there. He doesn't care. If the Carolina game wasn't fireable, if San Francisco wasn't fireable, if this ain't fireable, what is? Miami was dead last in damn near everything, and they held you to 3 points. 3 points. This is you can't survive with this product. You can't. And Kirk Cousins wasn't the answer. This actually proves how bad of a coordinator Zach Robinson is. Because now the argument. Hold on, fam. Hold on. Hold on. Did I cut my music off? Yeah, I need that. Because you had Penix in there in Carolina, 0 points. You got Kirk Cousins in there, 3 points. Two completely different quarterbacks. The only thing that's in common is they had the same coordinator calling the offense. And now we're at a 4th and 4. This is embarrassing, bro. This is embarrassing. But, we'll hear Raheem Morris come out again, say the same shit he said against San Francisco. Well, we got beat on all aspects of the game. And now Jesse Bates is out with an ankle. Yeah. We didn't execute. And, we'll get it straight. No. You don't need to get it straight. You need to get gone. I'm hearing the game from somewhere. It's not my phone. I guess it was. But again, this is back-to-back weeks where a team shut down Bijan Robinson. And you look at the end result. Zach Robinson cannot call an offense. He can't. People say, well, Drake London played in that 49ers game. But what does it take to get an interim coach in there and a temporary OC until the end of the season? What does it take at this point? This guy should not be calling the games. He should not be calling the offense. Raheem, what does Raheem do? Let's just be honest. The man sits on the sideline and chews bubblegum. And then the challenge in the first quarter, I'm like, bro, he got the first down. Why are you even wasting it? But Bijan's fumble pretty much summed up this year. When I told you guys the season was over with last year, some of y'all didn't believe me. But this team was so awful coming in to this week. The Falcons should have easily hung 40 on this team. They hung 3 points. 3 points, bro. 3 points. 3 points. So again, I'm not losing my mind on this. I'm not stroking out on this loss. This is about as high as my voice is going to go. Part of it is just being fed up. And quite honestly, this front office don't even deserve us as fans. They don't. They're not serious about winning, fam. You're losing. Not only are you losing the teams you should beat, you are getting destroyed by teams that you're supposed to beat. That's coaching. But I don't want to hear nobody putting this on the defense. Man, defense didn't play good. Yeah, they gave up some plays. But, bro, at halftime, it was 10 points. Bijan gave up a fumble. That led to a touchdown. I don't care what kind of defense you got, bro. You're not winning with 3 points. Defense was out. They were out there the majority of the game. You're not winning with 3 points. In 2 weeks, you've scored 13 points. That's basically a touchdown per game. You're not even winning with that. This is bad, man. This is bad. This is the type of game you just got to go ahead and get rid of your coach. He's got to get under the blade. And the irony is this. They released Ray McCloud, and I have a feeling it was because Ray felt the type of way about Ike Hilliard. So instead of firing Zach Robinson, which was probably the right call, You fired the wide receiver coach that had zero to fucking do with this offense like that. And then you fire the guy that had a problem with this. But ironically, y'all about to get fired. Okay, it looked like Tyler Algier got in for a mercy touchdown. It don't matter. Even the fans aren't even happy with the touchdown. And then you had the fans booing. You had them booing. This is how bad this offense has been. J. Dot says, let's be realistic. Do we actually think they will get fired? Man, I think even if it's from a business standpoint, you got to fire these guys. You got fans leaving. You got fans leaving at the beginning of the fourth quarter. You're wildly inconsistent. We don't know what to expect from week in and week out. We don't know. You think people are going to pay for this product? Honestly. You have to fire these guys. And the crazy part about it is with a Tampa Bay loss, you still have an opportunity because Carolina out there getting the brakes beat out of them. You still have a shot. These guys are not going to get it done. There's zero trust in Raheem Morris at this point. Zero. There's zero trust in Zach Robinson. Why the hell would you keep them on the sideline? Why? No one trusts them. And you can tell from the play. Dude, on a 4th and 7, we talked about this last week. On a 4th and 7, they ran a screen to Kyle Pitts. That has never worked, by the way. The play calling on offense is predictable. Other teams are now starting to call this out. If you take Bijan out of the game, this guy does not know how to call an offense. Which is what I said earlier in the season. People that were championing Zach Robinson, Bijan is making him look good. Boy, they even, special teams is even messing up on onside kicks. man, get these guys up out of here, bro. Get these guys up out of here, man. Marie said fans were leaving in the third quarter. Got to beat that traffic. Yeah. It's dude, this is embarrassing. And here's the thing. If you don't fire these guys, it's going to get, dude, this is a 1-6 team. We play the Patriots next week. This is a 1-6 team. They got their backup in there. This is a 1-6 team that did in 16 that did this to you. At home, no less. I always say this. If your employee doesn't have a justified reason on why they shouldn't be fired, they need to get fired. What justifiable argument could Raheem make at this point? Bro, at one time you had the number 1 defense and the number 2 offense in total yards. And you now have a losing record. How does that even process? Oh, y'all are like 27th or 28th in scoring. But this is the guy that you brought in. The other guy you brought in got fired. That goes to show how incompetent Raheem Morris was when he walked in the door. He gave 2 coordinators with absolutely zero experience an opportunity. When he himself wasn't a good coach, when he was a head coach once upon a time ago. So you would think you would insulate yourself with experience so that doesn't happen again. Raheem said, nah, fuck that. And again, the defense, I'm not even putting none of this on the defense. I'm sorry. You can tell they clocked out in third quarter. But we've been out. The time of possession is ridiculous right now. If we give y'all the ball back, y'all are 3 and out. Now we're right back on the field. Give y'all the ball back again. Now we're back out on the field. So I don't want to hear nothing. Raheem shouldn't even be able to sit at the podium. You need to fire him immediately. And that's the problem with Atlanta. They did this with Dan Quinn. They allowed us to go 0-5 before they fired Dan Quinn. And mind you, the year before, they had to take the defense away from them because the defense was dead last in damn near everything. They gave him another shot, and we were 0-5 before they finally pulled the trigger on Dan Quinn. There's no, I'm sorry, there's nothing these guys can say to justify them keeping their jobs. And if Art, Rich McKay, and Terry Fontenot get together and decide they're going to wait till the end of the season, bro, I'm out for the rest of the season, bro. I can't, as much as I love this team, man, this, I can't watch this. I can't. How do you turn a good product bad? How? How? D says no one's getting fired. Relax. Y'all just emotional right now. It ain't got nothing to do with emotional. And this is the man, D, I'm about to put you on blast. This is the type of logic that's got us where we are now. Relax. So, okay, let's say I relax. What happens next week? What happens the week after that? Week after that. And we know where the problem is. We all sitting here eyeballing the problem. And you sitting here talking about relax. And then calling us emotional. Man, bro, get your ass up out of here, man. That to me is a loser's mentality. So we supposed to just relax till the end of the season when they're going to fire them. Why wait then? Why wait, D? Answer me that, Batman. Why wait? You're telling us to relax right now. We're saying he should be fired. He says, it is, bro. They're going to let Raheem have the whole season. Why? Only to fire him at the end of it. What kind of sense does that make? Raheem ain't owed the season. He hasn't done nothing to garner that type of respect. Why would I wait? I know this guy's trash right now. Why would I wait until the end of the season to fire him anyway? That makes zero sense. It's fireable today. Today, it's time for him to get up out of here. But nah, I'm going to wait for the next 9 games. I'm going to give him 9 more games. Huh? What sense does that make? To be honest, if Mike McDaniel, had he lost this game, they probably firing him today too. He ain't gonna be there next year. This win Might have saved Mike McDaniel a couple more weeks. That's sickening to me. Now we out here saving motherfuckers' jobs. But ain't nothing emotional about it, fam. This is I'm completely rational right here. You lose to Carolina, you get skunked by Carolina. Skunked. You lose to San Francisco. That's depleted pretty much everywhere, including the quarterback spot. Now you lose to a goddamn 1-6 team that was literally playing for draft space, the draft spot. How you justify this? We don't owe Raheem nothing. Y'all pissed off. That's emotions. Bruh, stop. So you ain't mad at this loss? You ain't mad at this loss? That to me, that sums it up. You ain't mad at this loss. Oh, I got it. We can move on. We can move on. If the front office is serious, these guys up out of here. And I mean, Kirk didn't do anything to improve his stock draft or his trade, his trade stock. But it's weird how we moved a lot better in the no huddle. When Bijan fumbled the ball, we were running no huddle. But this is the second time this year we've conceded defeat early. And we're a better team than Miami. This is the crazy part. I don't get caught up like y'all. Sorry, but not sorry. Then go take your ass somewhere and watch some old episodes of MASH or something, man. Matter of fact, I ought to drop the StreamYard, but I know you ain't gonna come on, so. Alberto says D-Law was a Ritter fan. I remember. I don't even remember that, but I mean, if he was a Ritter fan, then I know he got emotional about Desmond Ritter. So I'll leave it at that. Swats says we pissed because we're wasting first round talent on this team, and this coaching staff is fucking it up. That's why we pissed, homie. Yeah. Team got all the talent in the world, man. And you have a offensive coordinator who has no imagination. He was in over his head when he got here. So was Jimmy Lake. But that falls on Raheem Morris. He put these guys in these positions. And he himself was in over his head. Ain't nobody mad at you, D. Ain't nobody mad at you. But you jumping in here talking about we're emotional and why y'all mad? Because we Falcons fans. You sitting here talking about relax after this? Bruh, stop. Bruh, stop. Bruh, stop. Bruh, stop. Hold on for a second. Okay, I'm back. But yeah, man, I just don't see how they justify keeping these guys. I mean, you're gonna lose the fan base immediately if they're not fired. Period. C-Double, what's going on? Let me get to you. He says, I doubt everything this team said it has, and sorry, we are frauds. Raheem and Zach gotta go. Yeah, it's the crazy part about it is you can have all the talent in the world on the bus, but you're still dependent on the person that's driving the bus. And again, the front office has to take the L for even hiring Raheem Morris. Now, let me go over here to YouTube because I this is one of those things, man, where Atlanta's not gonna fire Raheem Morris today. So he's gonna be able to get off hopefully a final press conference. Let me get here real quick. And this is something I said I wasn't gonna do this year. Okay, Skip, I don't want to see this shit. They are, and okay, look. Hold on for it. Let me share this. Since D says we're emotional over here, and we need to just relax. Look at this conversation.
Stand up. Go for it, stand up.
I Raheem now, or I will stop supporting this
I
team.
keep saying it.
I don't know
He the
why
best
they
player in
keep saying
football.
this. I don't even want to see that shit. Fire Raheem. I'll keep saying it. This is an organizational problem. We need a coach that's not going to fall in line. Problem is, we'll never hire that guy. Get Joe Brady on the phone with Penix. Somebody's getting fired immediately. Someone needs to be fired. Oh, look at this. Fire Raheem and Zach Robinson. Fire Raheem and Zach. Keep Ulbrich. I guess we all emotional. Doing stuff with CJ says, Raheem getting one more year, sir. It is what it is. No, he's not. I don't know why y'all think that that's guaranteed. Coaches get fired all the time. I'll give you a prime example. 2016. We go play the LA Rams at the time. Jeff Fisher was the coach. You do know, before we played him, he had gotten a 2-year extension. The week prior, we beat them so bad they fired him. I don't know why y'all think that incompetence deserves any more time. Even contractually, these guys get fired all the time. But you think just because he's got one more year, we're gonna endure one more year? Stop, cut it out, cut it out, cut it out. Hold on, let me do this real quick. All right, I'm gonna put this in here. D-hop your ass in here. Because now you're saying we do this to every coach. Hop your ass in here. Armani says, Mark, does Terry go to? Terry put a roster. He put a roster that should win games. It's hard for me to sit here and say Terry has to go when you got guys like Bijan. You got guys like Michael Penix. He got you guys in Bates. He went out and drafted 2 pass rushers. This team should be winning. He's not calling the offense. This is a coaching issue. And you can tell this team is just, they're not confident. They're not confident at all. So I'm like, it is what it is. Uh, so yeah, I see. D ain't gonna hop his ass in here. Okay, you can respectfully talk your shit in the chat, but yeah, you know, guys like that, I know they ain't gonna pull up on the live like that. So what I'll do is I'll put this in the background. Uh, Let me add some folks in here. Let me add CJ. What's happening, champ?
What's up? What's up? Hold on. Let me walk over here because it might be loud in here. Hold on. Hold on.
All right, and then
It might be loud where I'm at.
all right. I'm gonna add Wolf in here too. What's happening, Wolf?
What's up, man?
Man, ain't nothing.
All right. All
So,
right.
all right,
Good. Let
CJ,
my man
what
go
you-
first. Let my man go first. Good.
Yeah, go
What
ahead,
up? What
CJ.
up, Wolf? I ain't never
What's up?
spoke to you, Wolf, but what up? What up? What up? What
What's
up?
up, man? What's poppin'?
So I'll be quick because I was just jumping in to holler at you, Mark. First of all, shout out to the show, and I always check you out. You're doing good stuff over here.
Appreciate it.
Let me back up what I was saying. I'm not saying that he should be rewarded and he should have a job. This the way I see it. I feel like Arthur Blank is going to give that dude one more year, only because he just got Penix. He gonna give him the solid of, all right, I'm gonna give you one more year since you literally just got your quarterback, and somebody will be fired, but it won't be Raheem. The reason why I say one more year is they're gonna give him one more year, but next year will be his make it or break it year. But I believe Albrecht will stay. They're gonna make him get a veteran OC, and then they're gonna give him one more shot to go for the gold. After that, then he won't have any more. That's the only reason why I said it. I don't say he deserve it. That's just the way I feel that they're gonna do him that solid. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, let me ask you this: do you think he's done enough to even deserve a solid?
I'm gonna the riff I have with Raheem, and I'm pretty sure you will agree, is I feel that we wasted last year because he had a rookie OC and a rookie DC. I feel like he wasted this year because even though Albrecht is good, he's good enough. He's solid. He still has a rookie OC, and because of that, last year our offense and our defense suffered. This year our offense is suffering, and that's on Raheem because he should have never hired them dudes in the first place. He should have got us some competent OCs and DCs in the first place, and we'd probably be way better off. That's the riff I have of Raheem.
Okay, so let me ask you this: this is Zach Robinson's second year, so he
Yes.
had all of last year to learn on the job. Then he had a whole off season to actually prepare for this season, and he's still trash.
No,
So
I agree.
if you have a coach that is sticking with an offensive coordinator who is not good, he doesn't deserve a third year because you
Well-
can't trust him as a coach at that point.
I hear you, but this is what will happen. This is just what, and it's all speculation because we won't know what'll happen until it happens. But what I believe is they're gonna pull him in the office and say, "Yo, we're gonna give you one more year, but you about to be you're gonna do this, this, and this, and you're gonna make this happen, and you don't get to choose next year. We're gonna tell you who to pick, and you're gonna go with who we pretty much that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like the weakest link on the team, in my opinion, is Zach Robinson. I feel like, I'll tell everybody wants to hear it. If Kyle Shanahan had this offense, dude, that dude would be drawing up crazy plays that we would be seeing wild shit. With all this offensive talent, is no reason why you can't draw up crazy plays to be able to use these players, yo.
Yeah, hold on for a second. Shout out to Uncle Steve. Y'all go catch him on his channel. He says, leaving an empty stadium right now. Somebody has to go, one or both. So I'll ask you this, CJ, which one gotta go today?
Okay, if they were gonna fire somebody today, I'm gonna give you two people who I would like to see and who I think we'll see. We're gonna see probably a running back coach get fired because that's what they're gonna put somebody under the blade that don't deserve it, just like when they fired the wide receiver coach back in the gap. I would like to see Zach Robinson gone. This is the only thing I'm gonna say though. And somebody else, when I said that, they said it was like, all right, who's gonna call offensive play if we let Zach Robinson go? Even though I feel like he's not the guy, who's gonna call the plays? What are we gonna do then?
Well, I'll say this: I don't care who you hire. They can't be any worse than what we have. Dude, 10 points.
Yeah,
And
I'll give you that.
They gave us
I'll give you that.
they gave us a mercy touchdown in the fourth quarter. So you're talking about
Oh
the
yeah,
loss
that
to
was garbage
Carolina.
time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It
The
was
loss to
garbage time.
Carolina, you didn't put up a single point
Yeah, yeah,
against
yeah, yeah.
Carolina, which was arguably the worst team at that time. This is
No.
arguably
Yeah,
one of the worst teams right now.
yep,
And
yep,
they
yep.
they could have put a 40 burger on you at home.
Even worse, we couldn't even get to the red zone to put Parker Romo out there to make 3 points because we didn't get close enough for him to even have a shot at getting 3 points.
Now
So
remember, we did
yeah,
that
this
last
shit's
week
bad.
too. We did that last week too.
Yeah, yeah,
Once we scored our points, we couldn't even get in the red zone. So
yeah.
let me bring Wolf in here for a second.
No, I'm
Wolf,
gonna jump out. I just want to say, I'm gonna jump out. I'm gonna go back to the comments, but that's all I want to say. But good shit, good shit. And I'm gonna jump in the comments. I'll be watching.
all right, man. Appreciate you coming on.
All right, for sure,
All
for
right,
sure.
man.
All right, all right.
All right. So what's going on with you, Wolf?
Hey, man, same old same. Just stay blessed, you know what I'm saying? And, just pack it up, man. Just pack up the season, man. That's all.
Yeah.
You got to just pack it up, man. And I told people, look, I ain't do a lot of live shows lately. I told people, listen, if they lose to Miami, you got to pack up the season. You know what I'm saying? And people, I don't think they understand the visuals. So I'm going to give you the visual right now. This is where we at.
Hold on real quick. Hold on real quick, Wolf. We got the press conference coming up, so let me share this real quick.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna keep you on though.
Yeah, Coach. Could you discuss Kurt's play and the play of the offense and that touchdown right before the half with 11 seconds?
Tough to discuss anybody's play when you go out and play that way. It was bad across the board. Starts with us, and that's something that we got to fix all together, and we got to go and get those things done this week.
The touchdown right before the half looked like they kind of swung momentum.
They swung momentum pretty early there within this game. Now that touchdown to half actually didn't help. It was one of those things where you got to find a way to go get a stop. We had too many penalties to set those guys up in backed up situations, not allowed us to keep the football when they've been moving on third down. It was an all around bad day. You can talk about that, but quite honestly, it was a tough day all around.
Did you feel like they had a beat on what you were doing offensively?
You have to say yes. I mean, they went out and smashed us today. And they had a beat on what we were doing defensively. They had a beat on what we were doing special teams. They did a nice job today, and we did not do a well job today.
You've had a tough time following up both the Minnesota game and the Buffalo game. Any explanation for that at this point?
I don't. We got to go back and look at the tape, evaluate those things, and get ready to go.
Any update on Jesse?
I don't. I just checked on him just in the locker room. He had to come out of there, so I don't know anything yet medically.
And do you know anything about Penix or Drake for next week?
I do not. Obviously, we'll get back in and check those guys out next week, Josh.
Just want to ask Raheem about Drake because he was a late addition to the injury report yesterday. What was the deal there?
Just like we added, when we changed his status yesterday, had a problem during the week, trying to make it, couldn't make it all the way up until today, so had to be ruled out.
In 3 games, I think you could just say Carolina, and then last week and this week, it just didn't seem like you're equal to the task, ready to play. What would you have to say about that?
I'd say Carolina and this week, was one of those things. Last week, obviously it was a 13-10 game in the fourth quarter. Tough game going out to the West Coast, and we lost it. This week we got smashed. That Carolina week we definitely got smashed. I'd agree with you, Ken.
Coach, what do you think about third down conversions today for your
Not
offense?
very good. We got to go. We got to find a way to convert those. We got to find a way to move the chains. We got to find a way to actually stop those guys on third down. We got to get off the grass. We were not good. We were not good on a lot of aspects of football today. We got to be better.
When did you make the decision to go with Cousins, and how many reps did he get during the week relative to what a first string QB usually gets?
So as you know, we go throughout the process of all week. Obviously, we made the decision today. You take that thing all the way to the wire when you're talking about your quarterback. Kurt obviously got a majority of the reps as we talked about all week, like we said in our press conferences, and we talked about it throughout the course of the week. He got a lot of those things from a mental standpoint, a lot of those things from a practice standpoint. But we had to make the ultimate decision today.
Raheem, seemed like there were a handful of throws down the field that Kirk made where there was some confusion with the wide receiver. Without looking at the tape, what did you see on some of those plays?
I can think about the one where we did have a confusion in the third quarter, made the wrong check. Obviously we want to get that ball up and down to the receiver, but we shouldn't have made that check.
From a coaching standpoint, what do you do to keep the locker room together after a game like this?
Yeah, that's the easy part. For us, man, these guys are together guys, man. This is a team, man. These guys won't stray away from each other. The locker room will stay together. They'll stay bonded. Not worried about that, but we definitely got to correct the physical mistakes that we made today. We got to correct those mistakes. We got to be upfront and honest, which we will be. We got to communicate because where that lacks, that's where the things that you don't like creep in, and we won't let that happen. So we'll constantly communicate.
Are you kind of surprised by the inconsistency of the team? You play a good game and then kind of slip back a little bit.
Not surprised. This is the National Football League, and if you don't come ready to play, clearly we're not today. These things can happen, and we got to go out there and fix those things.
How badly did you miss Diablo today?
You're always going to miss those players, but nobody cares, Josh. That doesn't matter. There's always got to be the next man up mentality. You got to find a way to go out there and win football games. You got to find a way to put your people in best position to win, and that's what's required. Nothing else matters.
You mentioned, I think, not being ready to play. How do you fix that at this point after it's shown up twice now?
You only got one thing you can do is practice, right? You got to be able to go out and practice. You got to go out and teach. You got to go out and make sure you get better, and that's our jobs.
Raheem, you had said earlier, humbling day at the office, just a tough day in general. Without looking at the tape, offensively, what was the toughest part today that stood out to you?
It all started right from the beginning, not being able to run the football and control the game. That's our lifeline. And when that's not working, it's going to look bad on us, whether it be defense, offense, or special teams. I mean, that's our lifeline, being able to run the football on offense.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
All right, so hopefully that's his last press conference. I'm not really feeling what he just said there. When they asked him about inconsistency, he had the fucking audacity to say he's not surprised. They asked you inconsistency about your team, my guy, and you're saying it's not surprised this is the league? He does not have these guys ready to play. He doesn't. And that's a coach's job, so all right, Wolf, back to you, man. What's your takeaway from all this?
It's just amazing, just the fact that we're close to a decade of not being any good. And at this point, I don't know. Listen, I don't know what to say, Mark. Listen, I'm from Jersey, New York area. I spend my money to go down to the Benz. My wife just bought me 2 tickets to go to 2 games. Mm-hmm. The season is over before Halloween. So we can't sit here and say, yo, listen, the fans ain't showing up. The fans ain't doing our job. We doing our part. I'm doing my part, right? You're doing your part. There's content creators doing their part. The subscribers, the fans, everybody's doing their part. When is the product going to do what they supposed to do?
Yeah.
When is the accountability going to be towards on the management of the team? And at the same time, I heard you say before I came in, like, listen, he won't hire a coach that he's going to have to give away the team. And that's why I said a couple of videos ago where it's good to recycle for the earth. It's good to recycle for the planet. It's good to recycle for whatever. But we should not be recycling head coaches. And the Falcons always go to the recyclable bin. They always go to the recyclable bin. And you have to be able to get coaches in here that we don't know. We have no contact with them, no communication with them, and nothing like that. And until then, this is the product that you're going to have. The Falcon fan base doesn't have the attention span of a Buffalo Bills fan base, of a Cleveland Brown fan base. You have to be able to consistently win in Atlanta because the heart of Atlanta is not the Falcons. It's not the Hawks. It's not the Braves. Okay, so you have to compete with that heart. Up here in New York, the Knicks are the heart of the city. They just are. They haven't won a championship in 30 years. They're still the heart of the city. And all of the other teams around the area, like the Yankees, the Mets, the Brooklyn Nets, they compete for that spot of the heart. And the Falcons are not that. They are not the heart of the city. They never will be until they have 5-6 years of consistent winning. And I keep telling people this, but again, it's trash. And me personally, I don't know what to say. I'm upset that my wife even spent the money for me to go to the games, Mark. You know what I'm saying? I'm because we going on a decade now. We're going on a decade, okay, of not being able to succeed, hiring the wrong coach. And this is the thing that I get, Mark, and I don't know if people understand. Your head coach was hired without your GM, and the GM is not connected to your coach. Usually, when you do a firing, you fire the GM, you fire the head coach, right? Because they kind of go like peanut butter and jelly. But in our situation, Terry was hired after Arthur Smith, if I'm correct. I think the timeline is correct. Arthur was hired first, then Terry was hired after him. And same thing with Raheem. Now Raheem has to report to Arthur Blank. I never knew Arthur Blank to fire somebody before their contract was up, Mark. Maybe you know this, but I've never seen that happen. But I think that, at this point where we are, there's certain teams we shouldn't be losing to. And we lost to two teams that we are better than on paper. We have better skilled players on paper, and we can't lose these types of games. We just can't.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, Mark, I mean, I don't know. Because I rant and rave all the time and stuff like that. But I'm really pissed off that my wife spent all that money for those 2 tickets. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna.
The thing is, even when we fired Dan Quinn, it was just out of we had to. They didn't even want to fire him, but they had no choice. I think we're in that situation now. We don't have a choice, because we're inconsistent as all get out. Yep. You don't know what this team's real identity is. He says it's rush. It's the run game. But the problem is we've seen 2 weeks in a row that these teams have taken Bijan out of the game. And when you take Bijan out of the game, you pretty much shut this offense down. And, people were getting at me earlier and even last year when I'm like, you can't keep relying on Bijan being your offense. You have to spread the ball out. That helps everybody. And the last 2 weeks, we've seen what's happened. So I just feel like if you keep Raheem right now, what you're basically saying to the fan base that pays that money to go to see the games, that pays for the merch, even the content creators, we got to get on here and just eat it. What you're basically saying to those people is, fuck y'all.
Yeah.
You're choosing one guy over the logo.
Yeah.
And to me, I don't care if he owns the team. That's treasonous.
Sure.
When you can get rid of this guy today. And I don't think there's going to be a single person in the fan base that's going to bitch about that, especially Zach Robinson. Ain't nobody going to complain about that. So when it gets to that point, let him go. Let him go. But let me bring on Coach real quick. I'm gonna keep you in here, Wolf, if you want to say. What's going on with you, Coach?
What's up, brother? What's up, Mark? People that can hear my voice, man, do the homie Mark a favor, man, and hit that like button. Wolf and Mark, Wolf, you said exactly everything I said. I just said when I went live, and you know what? It's messed up. I don't know if I can curse on here, so I'm not going to. It's messed up.
You can go ahead. Let all the emotion out.
Okay, it's fucked up for you and people like Uncle Steve and Big Low, people who spend their hard-earned money to go to this bullshit. Like and Mark, you say what I just said as well. You're telling the fans, fuck you. You cannot continue to put a product like this out on the field. People spend their money, and for those of us who don't go to the game, we put our sweat equity in this. I take time out of my life to deal with the Falcons. For almost 40 years, I have put a lot of time into the Falcons, and you're telling us, you're slapping us in the face and saying, fuck you. We don't give a damn about you. Just keep paying your money. Keep making us more and more rich. We don't give a damn. Because there is no way you continue this product. Like you said, almost 10 years, people. 10 years of this. You lose to a defense depleted 49ers. Their defense, and they, last I checked, they were getting dog walked.
Yes.
By a team that's not as talented as us. You lose to them, and then you just get utterly treated like cheeks and slapped all over the field today by a one-win Dolphins team. A one-win Dolphins team. And you have fans, it's seven games. 7 games. Y'all too emotional. Y'all giving up too early. I'm one of those people who believe the past is a direct indicator of the future. We haven't done anything in the past that makes me believe we're going to do something in the future, especially if nothing changes, which is the definition of insanity. This, and I'm not even upset. I'm more pissed off because, again, I put time in this team. I spend money on this team. And I feel like you telling me, fuck you. Like, people think about this. You go to the store and you buy a product. You get home, the product break, the product don't work like it's intended to. The product is just defective. First thing you gonna do is grab the product, take it back to the store, ask for your money back, and you're probably gonna be pissed the hell off. Because you spent your money and you wanted the product. Only in sports can you spend money on a product and get nothing in return.
Yeah.
At some point, we as fans have to change. You have to change. Like this, this is crazy to me. And what's even more crazy is Mark. I don't think we're going to be able to fire him, and this is the specific reason why. Now, I could be wrong. The Don may be like, man, fuck that. I got money. I don't care. But you're still paying. I think this is the last year of Arthur Smith's contract. So then if you fire Raheem, you still paying Arthur Smith all this year. Then you got to pay Raheem for 3 more years on top of the new coach you hire. Now, again, I could be absolutely wrong. AB may say, man, I'm a G. Fuck it. I'm going to just pay it.
Yeah.
But I think it's high. I think it's highly unlikely.
Well, the difference, that doesn't count against our cap. So it's, I've seen coaches. What's the guy's name? He's an offensive
David Tepper's
coordinator.
paying 6 head coaches right now.
Yeah,
he's
so
paying
it's
6.
they get fired. I've seen coaches that were hold on for a second. This is
I think, Coach. I think David Tepper is still paying Matt Rule. If I'm correct, he's still paying Matt Rule out. Still.
Okay. Well, I stand corrected. But I will say this.
Hold on for a second, fam. They got Kirk Cousins on here, so I'm gonna put it.
That's
on.
always good to get that experience again.
What did the week of prep leading into this game look like? Like, when did you know that Mike wasn't going to get to go, that they're going to lean on you? Like, what did that timeline look like for you?
I think you always try to make the decision, as late as possible, to give every chance to heal, because every day you sleep on it, you get better and better. So, it becomes official today when you make the decision, we're going to go forward with Mike resting. But, you kind of get mixed in as the week goes on and always stay ready like you do any other week.
Raheem talked about the lifeblood, the lifeline of this offense has been and will be the run game. And, of course, there was the struggles at the beginning of the game, and then you had to go away from it towards the end of the game. I'm curious, from your perspective, what were the issues?
Yeah, when I'm turning my back to the defense and handing it off, I don't have a great answer for you. I'll have to go back and watch the tape, but certainly wasn't, consistently productive enough, and we'll have to look at why.
Hey, Kirk. Well, how would you diagnose kind of the issues with this offense right now? And I mean, even like dialing it back to previous weeks, not just today, because it seems like the offense could be better than what it has been so far.
Yeah, I think it's not a simple answer. We certainly got to be better than we were today, and those are the things we got to do the second half of this season. As we go back tomorrow and watch the tape and talk about it, we got to kind of work through all that.
You've been in this role before as a backup, but it's been a while. Did you feel like you were hitting on all cylinders today, that you were sharp outside of,
Yeah, I mean,
issues?
certainly the final result, no one can really say, it was great, but felt comfortable as far as feeling the rush and recognizing coverage and making quick decisions and managing the game, felt comfortable.
How do you go forward? Obviously, Mike, I guess we'll go in next week questionable. Mm-hmm. How do you go forward at this point?
Yeah, pretty similar to every other week. You go in, in everything you do, thinking about, if I'm going to go, how do I get ready for this? How do I do this? And then you just react to, what ends up happening. And every day, when you heal, every day you get better and better and better. So it's a fluid situation, and you just keep getting yourself ready.
as a backup, you may not feel comfortable saying week to week, hey, I like this or I don't like this. Do you feel any more ownership now to say, if you have any game plan or offensive suggestions or thoughts, being more forceful with those, or have you been doing that the same as you would?
I think there's always good dialogue. I think we have good conversations in the quarterback room, good conversations on the field, and I think we're always trying to communicate well back and forth, be on the same page.
What effect did not having Drake out there have today?
Hard to say. I think there were just, until we go back and watch the film, it's really hard to say. I think, it wasn't any one thing. You just feel like there were a lot of different phases that just weren't consistently good enough. You have to stack plays together, and I felt like we didn't stack plays together to be able to put a drive together to go down the field and get points.
Anything else?
All right, so that was Kirk Cousins, and to Kirk's credit, I wasn't expecting anything from Kirk Cousins. As far as just like, I never thought he was going to come in and play so well he was going to take Penix's job, right? However, what I did expect walking into this game was Atlanta was going to put up damn near 40 on a team who's just utter trash. They I think last week the offensive line was getting out the way, and they was letting Tua get his ass handed to him.
Mm-hmm.
They were literally getting out the way because Tua said something about the team as a whole. So they said, you know what? You're going to end up on the dirt. For them to go from that to go on the road and beat the shit out of Atlanta.
Yeah.
And we got to sit here and hear how we got to practice more. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing at practice at this point? Because if y'all are consistent in practice, but y'all are inconsistent, there's a disconnect here. There's a major disconnect between practice and when y'all get on the field. And to me, everything that Raheem's doing at this point is fireable. Everything. I don't even like the press conference. But before I go any further, let me add my homie Q I ain't seen in a while. What's going on, Q? And I'm going to add Larry of the Dixon Way. I know, Larry, you had a long Sunday afternoon calling this game, bro. So first, I'll go to Q. What are your thoughts on the team, and who do you think needs to be fired right now?
First and foremost, what's up there, everybody? Mark, appreciate you. Secondly, man, hey, man, they need to go, both of them. The same way they came in is the same way they need to go out.
Yeah.
I was at the game today, second row.
Oh, wow.
And I literally bought my ticket this morning.
Ooh.
I was like, let me just go ahead, because this is what I came back home for. And for the people that don't know, as far as Mark's audience, I'm from Atlanta. I'm born and raised here. So I came down here and I changed my mind last minute. And I tell you, whatever boos that you heard on TV today, it was way worse than that.
Wow.
Being there, it was way worse than that. The Dolphins fans were not confident at all.
Mm-hmm.
Let me point that out to y'all. They were not confident at all today. I left at the beginning of the fourth quarter. A dude made a joke to me. He thought I was finna swing on him because he thought I was upset. And I was like, nah, bro, like, this ain't that, bro. Like, I know what our team is. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that y'all came in here humble says a lot about you at 1-6. They spent money thinking that they were going to lose. But after that first couple of drives, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. After that first drive where we went 3 and out with Kirk on offense, I was like, yeah, we're done. Ain't nothing happening. He couldn't get nowhere. Everything was honed in on Kyle Pitts. When you have a team that does not have, we don't have good depth. One thing about us as a team over the past 10, 20 years, we've never had good depth at all.
Mm-hmm.
Never. So now here we are. Seals the fifth is starting. Mooney is our number 1, which he's a solid number 2. but then he's hurt. You got Kyle Pitts, who he's always looking disengaged. Always. I don't care what nobody say. Bro need to be out of here. So I'm looking at this and I say this. Yes, those two need to be fired. If you don't fire them, which I know that they won't, here's what you do. You're 3-4, and you're in third place in a division where you should be at least second place, and 5-2. Since we're 3-4 now, you go ahead and let Arnold Ebiketie walk for a nice second or third round. I know it sounds crazy to some of y'all, but it's some people that's willing to give that up for Ebiketie because he's been a solid end for the past few years. And we're talking about 6 sacks. So you do that. Then, hell, if somebody want to bite for Kirk, let him walk. Because if we're going to keep playing this way, if this is going to be consistent, man, let these folks walk, get some picks, fire these guys, bring somebody else back in. I don't care if Ulbrich becomes an interim coach. I don't care.
Yeah.
Do something. Because when I say the fans are becoming disengaged, and I was sitting in there today, bro, like Monica said it in the chat, a lot of them left before the third quarter was over. Before the second half of the third quarter was over, a lot of them were leaving. And some fans did not start talking. Some Dolphin fans, they didn't start talking until they knew they were really gonna win. Like when it became 24-3, that's when they started talking. So that says a lot. I ain't gonna hold y'all, but that's my stance on it. Fire them both. Let Lil SA walk. Let him go to Oklahoma State because that's the rumor with him. Let him go. Him, love you. Was hoping that the coach was hoping that it happened. It is what it is.
Yeah.
We just need to stop getting bottom of the barrel coaches and this and that, and let's just move forward. But that's my say. It was good to see y'all again. I'm about to get back off of here and continue watching, but it's good to see y'all again. I'm looking forward to hearing all of y'all's thoughts on everything. But peace and blessings to everybody in the chat. Mark, you already know it's love.
Yes, sir.
We gonna holler. All right.
I appreciate you for coming on, man.
Yes, sir.
Mark, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, I say all the time, just like in our day-to-day life, unless you are your own boss, but if you got a boss, it's the same thing. Shit rolls downhill, and the players are a direct reflection of Raheem Morris. Like the lackadaisical, like would be like. Did you? I don't know if you watched it on TV, but when Bijan fumbled, like just the look on his face on the bench, just the look of the player's face in the game. Now I know they lose him, but I mean it's just a lackadaisical, I don't give a fuck attitude across the board. Even in wins, it just there's no there's no hypeness. Like there's nothing. It's just okay, So. Yeah, it has to change. This is crazy.
Yeah, and I think I'm gonna say this, Larry, and then I'm gonna let you go in. I think we've hit this part of the season damn near every year for the last at least 4 or 5 years, where it's just like Atlanta has these extreme highs. They're rare in the season. And then we go back down into the valley, and it's like, why in the hell are we playing like this now? But it's leadership. These guys, I'm trying to find what Sports Live in the ATL said, but he hit. Let me go ahead and put this up. He says players look like they are trying to get Morris fired. What was that I saw today? They look like they didn't give a rat's ass. Goes back to what you just said, Coach. There's no fire. There's no fire. But if you look at Raheem, there's no fire from Raheem on the sidelines. He sits there, he's chewing the hell out of that gum. And when things go wrong, he has no answer. Zach Robinson's been on the sideline now for like 3 weeks. I have yet to see your boy go over there and give him the business. Yet. And now you can't complain about him being in the box. He's right there. So if my team is getting their ass whooped and my offense can't score, I'm going to walk you down. at least once, I'm gonna walk you down, bro. What are we doing here? And I've
He don't
seen
even
coaches
talk to the
do this.
quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's a problem. I've seen. I say this about New England when Tom Brady was there, McDaniels was there. You would see them score or put up 3 points in a field goal, and Tom Brady would be over there in his ass. They put up points, and your boy Tom Brady is over, and McDaniels giving them that work too. But that's what made them so great. They never clocked out. I watched this team clock out today, especially the defense. The defense just said, man, you know what? It is what it is, dog. But to be honest, in order, this team was so bad offensively. In order for us to win, the defense would have had to pitch a shutout. That's how bad the offense was. They would have had to pitch a shutout. So, again, I agree with you, but that comes from direct leadership. They have no fire from the coach. They have no. Now, Olbrick, you'll see them make a stop, and Olbrick is over there going nuts. We don't see that with Zach. But what say you, Larry? What's your take on this whole thing? How did you feel about the game, and who do you think needs to get fired ASAP?
Appreciate letting me gun on the platform, man. Everybody, make sure you hit the like button. It's lifeblood to all our streams. It help us get in the algorithm, puts more eyes on this great content. All right, to the game. That was an abomination, man. For all the people that said it was Michael Penix's fault, shut up. Shut up. You don't know football. And I hate to be blunt like that. No, I don't. I said it on my stream. I actually crashed out a couple of times. First of all, on the Zach Robinson thing, he came down to be on the field. For the first time in the season, I saw Zach Robinson after they went and made the field goal. He was sitting on the sideline with the pad, talking with Kirk Cousins about what he saw and what he didn't see. Next drive, saw the same thing. They sitting there. After halftime, the next time they showed that, Kirk Cousins was cussing him out. That last drive, we scored a touchdown. Kirk Cousins was in the no huddle. He was calling all the plays.
Yes.
Zach was not calling one play, and that's why we went down the field and scored. 100% Zach Robinson. And I'm so happy that you played that press conference, because there's something key in Kirk Cousins and what he said. We need to learn how to stack plays on plays. And for guys, if you don't know what that means that this play sets up this play. That sets up this play. That sets up a long play in the third quarter. Why? Because that's when you have a playbook and a script that you're going to do. Yeah, son. Hold on. I'll give you the phone. Here you go. Here you go, son. Go ahead. So that's how you set up. I don't think we have a script, and if we have a script, the entire NFL knows it. There's a reason why the offensive line is starting to look weaker and weaker as the weeks progress, because a team they have the playbook. They have guys that make millions to study and dissect our offense. They know what plays we're going to do, what tendencies we have when this man is in motion. When Charlie Warner comes across the motion and comes back, he's looking for a backside crackback block because we're going one way and they're running counter tray. That is automatic. I called it as soon as I saw Charlie going in motion, and the defense did too. They started tapping their head or whatever defensive call to set up for the whatever they're going to do to start. Hey, don't fall for the action running this way. He's going to cut back. Yeah. Bijan Robinson having 9 carries in a game it's criminal. It's a fireable offense. But guess what? You can't get anything going because they know your playbook. They know your tendencies, your cadences, everything. And everyone that thought that Kirk Cousins was going to come in here and fix it like it was just a Michael Penix problem was wrong. No one is going to look good under a coach who all he does is design outs. He designs posts, outs, curls. Posts, you see that touchdown by Waddle? We came with the blitz, Tua audible to a quick slant, bang, 30-yard touchdown by Waddle. We don't do that. You feel me? 4th down and 7. What do? tight end screen. That ain't
Which
worth
is
the
not.
entire
It
season.
hasn't worked the entire
The
season.
entire season. But that
It
was
didn't
your.
work. It
Guess
didn't work
what?
last year.
Yeah.
And that's my point, man. Like, if you couldn't see, okay, yeah, we understand Michael Penix got deficiencies that he need to improve on. But if you could not see that this coaching staff is putting this entire team at a disadvantage, and it was fool's gold when we beat the Buffalo Bills. You know what I'm saying? Because the Panthers showed everyone how to beat us. It's just other teams start emulating it, adding on to it. Run the game. This is the exact same game plan that the Panthers had. This is the exact same game plan that San Francisco had. Run the ball. Tua was not trying to go down the field. He was trying to move the chains. You know what I'm saying? If you look at the game, this is the exact same. And then once Zach Harrison got hurt, we really hurt up the middle on the draw play and stuff like that. They gutting us like a fish right up the middle. Beltran come in, no Divine Diablo. We can't stop a nosebleed. He's always, you know what I'm saying? Ooh, I don't know where he's at. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, look, man, this is incompetency. Do I think Raheem's going to get fired? No, because this was a pickup that he felt bad for not giving Raheem a real chance when he hired Arthur Smith. So at the very least, he's going to probably keep him. I'll be surprised if Arthur Blank fire him. I think three people need to be fired. I think we need a new GM. He's going to catch the, what's the name? Because they said in the press conference that Raheem was his hire. So anything that Raheem does is under Terry Fontenot watch. Even though I feel like Terry Fontenot made the necessary moves to try to improve this team. Ultimately, hiring Raheem Morris and Raheem Morris instead of bringing in comparable offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator, he was more thinking about starting his own coaching tree with guys that did not have experience.
Yeah.
Jimmy Lake is gone. He was incompetent. Zach Robinson is incompetent. We see it. So yeah.
Well, let me do this real quick. I see you, Wolf, up there for a second. Let me add in Winston and John, both from
eye test.
both from the eye test. What's going on, gentlemen?
Yeah, what's going on, fella?
What's up,
Nothing
man?
much, man. So let me start with John, because John, I don't know.
Yeah.
You got to fix
John,
it.
what's your actually before that, Wolf, did you have anything that you wanted to say real quick?
Yeah, so basically, Larry, that was not a Terry Fontenot hire. Raheem Morris was hired in Montana at Arthur Blank's resort. That's where they had their meeting. So Terry doesn't have anything to do with Raheem Morris getting hired. And this is what I said earlier before you came. Where the dysfunction for the Falcons is we hired the coach first, which was Arthur Smith, then we hired Terry.
No, I feel you on that. I feel you on that.
Hold
but
on.
I thought at the press conference, didn't they say that that was his hire?
No, he was hot. So Raheem has been visiting the Montana ranch for years. Arthur Blank Blank owns a resort for the rich and famous in Montana.
Yeah, in Montana.
This is the reason why Kanye West and a lot of them started going over there, because Arthur Blank had his flag planted out there years ago.
Yeah.
So he went to do the interview over there, and the dysfunction is that we don't hire correctly. We don't.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Even if it's this and that, we do not hire correctly. And the problem is that the Falcons always resort to going back to the recycling bin. They go back to the recycling bin. They actually chew a piece of gum, spit it out, and they actually put it back in their mouth.
I got you, Wolf. You're absolutely
yeah.
You're absolutely correct. My bad. I forgot about that fact. You're right.
Gotcha. So appreciate you for clearing that up.
Appreciate
Wolf.
you, Wolf.
All right. So John, what is your take on what happened to us today, and who needs to get fired?
It's amazing to me how the Falcons can mess up my washing machine. I turned the game off, didn't want to watch no more. I wanted to wash some clothes. Now my washing machine ain't working.
Oh my goodness.
I'm trying to doggone figure out what the hell going on because see, I don't know what type of mojo, juju, or voodoo is going on between this TV and this damn washing machine. But something obviously is going on because see, this football team affect everything. The stupid, I've run out of cuss words 6 times trying to describe how I feel about what I just saw. I mean, we have been going over and over and over about people on the job training, trying to teach other folk that's on the job training.
Yeah.
The hell you bring in an offensive coordinator that has never designed an offense before to try to train a quarterback that is coming into the league for the first time to play professional football. Asinity at its finest. Just straight asinine. And here you saw it. Here you saw it again. I mean, if you fire anybody, see, this is the crazy part. We still got 10 more games to play. You fire what you got here right now. You got to go through growing pains for the rest of the season with whoever it is that you bring in. You've got to, okay, and if you want this to change, you got to change just about everything and start preparing for next season before this season is even over. That's what I'm looking at. And see, the thing is, there is no bye week to do this in.
No.
Bye week gone. So you got to ride this for 10 more freaking games, hoping that something can change. And the thing is, it's very simple. Once again, middle of the field, wide open. You got enough grass right off the back of the line of scrimmage that if I had to pay the yard man, I couldn't afford it. 40 yards of doggone field sideways, 10 to 20 yards in front of me. All you got to do, go back and, I mean, Miami was throwing passes, just like you all said. Now, see, I missed that play because, like I said, I cut the TV off. You throw a quick slant to somebody, whether it be the tight end, drag route, a short comeback after the linebackers have cleared the space. Had a, check and release with a tight end, check and release with a doggone running back. You got 5 yards on first down. Okay, second down, third down. Hey, it's easy money. But this joker here, I mean, I remember Coach was saying this all the time. These doggone wide receivers are too close together going down deep in the field in the same area. Why? You supposed to, I mean, as far as the defense is concerned, you're supposed to create a scramble drill. Just as soon as they come off the line of scrimmage. But this, man, I don't know who told these people that this doggone offense works. And then something else too, Marcus, I don't know if I ever said it, but because I just found it out last week. Even McVay has drastically reduced the amount of plays that he's running out of the pistol to where he doesn't even use it anymore.
That's true.
This is where this man just came from.
Yeah.
This is where this man just came from. All right. If your coach that you were working for has said, hey, we need to get away from this, because see, really there's nothing more than a college doggone offense. It's a college offense. All right. We need to get away from this because your running back, all right, your quarterback already in a shotgun depth from the line. Your running back is 4-5 yards even further back than that. By the time you hand him the ball, hole open, hole closed. What did he? I mean, and Bijan Really? To be honest, ladies and gentlemen, anybody listening, Bijan is making this work because of the way that he can run. But he is one cut away from not having a knee, not having an ankle, because he's broken field running.
And John, let me get in here real quick. I'm gonna add RJC real quick. Actually, hold on. I gotta have one of
Hey,
y'all
Mark, let me.
drop
I'm
off.
gonna drop down, bro. I'm gonna drop down, bro.
All
I'm
right.
gonna go watch the football. Listen, man. Salute to everybody that's on here. It's your boy Wolf, respectfully, man. Come show me some love. This the comments I'm gonna be. This the comments I'm gonna be. This is the comments I'm gonna be, because you know I'm gonna shoot my videos and it's gonna get crazy. You know I'm gonna start breaking plates and it's whatever. But listen, shout out to Mark, shout out to the eye test, shout out to Coach, shout out to Larry, shout out to the motherfucking Atlanta fucking content creators that support each other. You heard? You already
Yeah,
know what it
Wolf,
is. Remember to get your
let
motherfucking
people
life
know
up.
where to find you before you hop off,
Hey
man.
man, Wolf respectfully at Wolf respectfully. The name, if you want to find me on TikTok, is 28-3. You know what I'm saying? 28-3 on TikTok. I'm over there
28
heavy.
really, bro.
28-3. I'm over there heavy. I'm over there heavy on TikTok. I love the TikTok platform, but I love the YouTube platform. I'm back building my channel up again. Hopefully I can come back and talk to you, Mark, Larry, and the eye test. I caught your live the other day. Congratulations to you guys. It's just that at 10 o'clock, I'm an old Latino. I got to get my a cup of coffee, but thank you for the 4 hours. Y'all got me to my destination. I appreciate y'all. So appreciate y'all. 4 hours. But anyway, man, let me get up out of here. Salute to everybody, man.
All right,
All right,
good
man.
job, man.
Easy, brother.
All right, I'm gonna
Yes,
bring in
sir.
RJC real quick. Winston, what was your take? Actually, I brought in George. My bad, RJ. I'm gonna get you in a second. Winston, what was your
I
take
can
on
drop
today's
Mark and you can
game?
bring him in.
Say what now?
I said I can drop and you can bring him in.
I'm gonna have to drop out and come back in because I can't hear y'all.
I said my
Okay.
piece.
All right. Cool. Hold on.
Appreciate you, fam.
So let me bring in. Oh, hold on, John. Let me bring you back in. My bad. And let me bring in RJC. What's going on, fam?
What's going on, family? What's going on?
Nothing much. I brought in George too, so y'all give George a shout out. I know George is gonna go
George,
sports first in a second,
Thank
but
I'm about to be up
let
outta
me
here.
get RJ. RJ, what was your take on this game, man? And who do you think needs to be fired?
Oh man, who needs to be fired? That's easy, man. The whole
Hey,
coach.
Mark, I'm gonna drop down.
Okay.
Bring Winston back. I'm gonna drop down, man. Appreciate
All right,
you.
Larry.
All right, cool, Larry. I know you don't have to because everybody knows where to find you, but let people know where to find you, man.
Oh, man, thank you for having me on the platform as always. Right there with my name, Larry the Dixon Way. Me and my beautiful wife try to give commentary of all our favorite sports teams during the game. So if you guys want to watch a game with other Falcon fans and commiserate and talk about it at the same time, then go ahead, turn down your TV, turn up the Dixon Way. Yeah, especially when Jonathan Vilma is doing that game. So I don't know if he did it today, but I'm just saying in general.
No, they had CBS crew on.
It was CBS. All right. But yeah,
Yeah,
man, that's what
CBS.
we try to do. We got the Hawks versus Bulls tomorrow. So yeah. As the Hawks got embarrassed last night by the Thunder, but that was to be expected. All right, y'all. Yeah, rise up. Somebody need to get fired. That's it. Deuces.
You earned your money today, Larry.
I try to, man. Damn Falcons.
All right, Larry, we're gonna holler at you a little bit later then, man. Shout out
Mark,
to Larry. Go catch him, man. They got some of the best commentating when it comes to just Atlanta sports in general. But all right, RJ.
Yeah.
What you got for me, man?
Oh, absolutely. First and foremost, yeah, the coaching staff got to go, particularly Raheem Morris, Jack Robinson. But hey, man, I have to say it, man. Terry got to go, man. Terry got to go. I understand people talk about the roster. I get that. But bruh, he been here for 6 years. 6. Name the winning season that Terry Fontenot produced. I'll wait. He can't stay, man. Terry cannot stay, bruh. He has to go. One of the biggest things that I talked about that I always bring up is that if you your front office and your coaching staff have to be hand in hand, man. I don't like all of this. We pick a GM, then you pick a head coach. Bro, it doesn't make any sense, man. But for me, man, there's talent on the roster, sure. But I don't think the talent, it's not enough. We don't have anybody to bring the talent together, and that's obvious. But I just don't see how you can keep Terry, man. If y'all can talk me off the ledge of it, but I don't see how you can keep Terry Fontenot, man. 6 years, no winning season. Raheem definitely got to go. He shouldn't have been hired in the first place. But explain to me how you keep Terry, man.
Well, I'll say this. Well, let me ask you this.
Mhm.
With the pieces that we had coming into the season,
Mhm.
did you expect us to have a winning record?
No, I didn't.
Okay, got you. All right. So a lot of people expected us to do something this year with adding 2 pass rushers, adding pieces to the defense, getting Jeff Ulbrich, Bijan was doing his thing, people, especially in a pretty weak division, where we could have won this division a handful of times in the last 7 years, but we wet the bed. Last year we were 6-3. Seemed like we were cruising. We had a 3-game lead up on Tampa Bay, and then Kirk Cousins gets hurt. And whether or not they knew about this, that's here nor there. But we lost for an entire month. That's not Fontenot's fault. So Fontenot has put pieces here to win. The problem is, and Fontenot probably got to somewhat get up under the blade. You bring in a coach. And this might have been above Terry Fontenot's head. This might have been, Arthur Blank and the shadow GM, Rich McKay. They can say whatever they want to about Rich McKay, but a lot of this stuff got his stink on it, right? So you bring him in, and then you allow him to bring in a first-time OC and a first-time DC. Right. That should have never happened because Raheem doesn't have the juice to do that. So what we're seeing now is just we hired the wrong guys that call the plays, that run the team. I can't put this on Terry Fontenot because he's not calling the offense. He's not calling the defense. He's not making the decisions on the ground. That's your head coach. So, but I will say if they do clean house, he's going to be a casualty of war. They're probably going to get rid of him too, because like you said, since he's been here, we haven't been to the playoffs. So they're going to put somebody else in this spot. So that's what I would say with that. I don't think that Terry Fontenot should go because of the pieces that he put on here, but I'd be foolish to think that they're going to keep Terry Fontenot if they get rid of Raheem Morris, they get rid of Zach Robinson. As a result, you're probably going to lose Ulbrich. So you're going to start off fresh. So they're probably going to think, you know what, we probably need to go ahead and get a new GM too, which again, kind of unfair to Terry because when he got here, the cupboard was bare. So you go back to when he got hired as the GM and where we are now and where our roster is now compared to then, it's completely different. Problem is, you hired Arthur Smith, first timer. You hire Raheem Morris, he's a retread. But under Arthur Blank's tenure, we always get first-time guys. We haven't gotten a proven coach in here yet.
Yeah.
And it's showing every single solitary year. So I ain't mad at you for wanting Terry up out of here. I just think that Terry's done all he could to bring in the right pieces to help us win games. Unfortunately, the coaching is terrible.
Yeah.
So let me, George, real quick, because I see you up there in the up right hand corner.
Yeah.
Let us know what you're feeling, man.
Can you hear me, Mark?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, to answer your question, man, I think we need to fire ourselves.
Ooh.
Because
okay.
I feel that.
Because we allow it.
Yeah.
We keep pouring money into this team, and we keep selling out the stadium. We keep drinking the Kool-Aid that Arthur keep pouring in our glasses. And if we hurt his pocket, then maybe we'll be hurt. Because we're the common denominator. We keep coming back every year. Keep coming back every year. We insane. It's insanity. We keep doing the same thing every year, expecting results, expecting different results. That's my opinion, man. And then one other thing, it's frustrating because we sitting here, all of our best talents are on rookie contracts,
Yes.
and we can't even win with the rookie contracts. Can you imagine in a couple of years when it's time for us to pay everybody, and we're gonna lose all these players to different teams and watch them shine on different teams? This is frustrating. So to answer your question, man, we need to fire ourselves. All right, I'm done, man.
Okay, I feel George on that, man. Those are definitely solid points. I've been on record. I think I'm pretty confident I ain't gonna have to boycott next year because they're gonna get Raheem the fuck up out of here. But I've taken that stand. I'm like, man, I can't support this insanity. As much as I am a diehard Falcon fan, you're not showing the fan base anything by seeing this incompetence and deciding, okay, we gonna keep rolling with this.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like they need to be fired today.
Yeah.
Because you can't explain, okay, we had a bad week. We had a bad 2 weeks. We're going to turn this around. He's been here 2 years. Give me the time where he turned it around. When we lost to Carolina in the final season of the game last year, that was a game we had to have in order to even talk about playoffs. He let Jimmy Lake run this thing completely off the goddamn rails with that defense. And then he put Jimmy Lake up underneath the bus. It's like, bruh, last time I checked, your specialty was on D. And then we found out that Jimmy Lake was on training wheels the entire time. They were helping him make the adjustments in the second half. So it's like, why did you even have him in there? I haven't heard that from Olbrich yet. I hadn't heard nobody talking about putting training wheels on Olbrich yet. So I don't have faith enough in this guy to completely do a 180. What we're seeing now is what we've seen literally since he walked in. We had this issue with Arthur Smith. Same issue.
Yeah.
Inconsistency. So Arthur Smith had a longer leash because when he came in, the cupboard was bare. You're talking about Matt Ryan on his last legs. Then y'all went and grabbed Mariota after you tried to go after Deshaun Watson. That went bust. And then Matt Ryan said, hey, man, get me the hell up out of here. So you make the trade for the for a third round pick for Matt Ryan. And within the hour, you got Marcus Mariota that I call throw from the butt cheeks at this point. He's throw from the butt Mariota, right? Then you give the keys to a guy that you drafted. There's no goddamn competition in the offseason. So you treated Desmond Ridder like he was the next coming. And then you ended up ruining that boy's career because he wasn't ready to come out and play. So that got Arthur Smith up out of here because Arthur Smith he lived and died with Desmond Ridder. Now, granted, he benched Dez, I think, 3 times that year? He benched him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he ended up getting fired as a result. So the cure for me is in the offseason, because I don't think Raheem's going to make it. And we got Winston. Can you hear us, Winston?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me
I'm
now?
gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you in a second.
Yeah, go ahead,
They
brother. Cool.
have to get a goddamn head coach that has done some things. They have to. That is the cure-all to me right now. Because these first timers, they're not doing it. They're just simply not doing it. You gotta get a guy in here who's been there. And I'm pretty sure with the way things are looking, you're gonna have some guys that are gonna become available in the offseason. The days of these first timers and these retreads that have done absolutely nothing. That's why I'm like, I don't understand why y'all think Raheem got some pull. Raheem ain't proved nothing to get some pull till the end of the season or another season. He ain't got the juice. They should be fired right now, and it just ain't official. Your boy Arthur Blank should have came down and said, hey, listen, I appreciate y'all for your services. We gonna move in a different direction. We'll go ahead and announce it Monday. That's really what should have went on. But Winston, what's your take on
Hey,
everything, man?
hey, I'm gonna back out, Bart.
Are you who's this coach?
Coach, yeah, I'm gonna back out.
All right,
Just let
coach.
other people in.
Coach, let everybody know where to find you, fam.
All right, thank you, and thank you for having me on your platform. Everybody, remember, please show Brother Mark some love by hitting the like and subscribe button. You can find us at the Coach's Corner on Wednesdays at 8 Eastern. Me and my partner Keely and the lovely Miss Deb, uh, and all platforms. It's the Coach's Corner, just as it appears in my name. People, don't let this stress you out too week. Enjoy your week. You know, fuck it. I just feel sorry for the people who actually spend money by going to the games. But again, thank you, brother, for allowing me on your platform. Everybody have a wonderful week.
All right, fam. That was the Coach's Corner with your man Coach. I'm gonna bring in y'all. Be sure to go over there and subscribe to his channel, man, and show him some love. I'm gonna bring in C Double real quick. All right, Winston. Finally, we getting to you. So, what's your take?
Man, all right. First thing first, Zach Robinson, you can go on about your business, man. Like, I don't even think that college job is still open. Like, he's going to community college. He's going to JUCO after this performance. He's going to JUCO. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's that bad. And then, like, Radio Raw, man. Like, I pull for you because you was part of the team beforehand, but man, enough is enough, man. Like, honestly, enough is enough. Like,
Hey, Lindsay.
the lack of emotion and fire from your head coach, it's a trickle effect. Like, where focus goes, energy flows. Point blank period. All right. If your head coach got energy, your team is gonna have energy. And another person need to get fired. And I said this back when Divine Diallo first went down. JD Bertrand,
Yeah.
he's playing out of era. And people don't understand what I'm saying when I say that. It's not that he's small. He's 6'1", 230. He's stubby. That's the issue. He got short arm. He cannot get off a block to save his life because he has to wait so long for somebody to engage into him, and he's slow. Man, if he was playing like in the 90s, early 2000s, maybe early 2010, he'd be a stud. He'd be a stud. He's too stubby and too slow to be an effective NFL starter in today's game. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Like, there's no magic potion that he can take to make him grow arms. I'm sorry, it just can't happen.
Yeah. And he
And
got
like,
he got smoked on that touchdown too.
he gets smoked on every play.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you really sit there and pay attention, like, he may have 2 solo tackles per game. Other than that, he's rallying to the ball because he's finally disengaged from a block. Like, when Divine Diablo went down, I said that said when he first went down, I said, shit, hopefully Malone go in there. And then you see the bobblehead come jogging on the field. And I'm like, man, shit, I already know what's going to happen. They're about to run straight at him. They ran straight at him for 8 consecutive plays. Now, the saying is, one monkey don't stop no show. But I can say this: one monkey can tear up your entire circus, and that's what's happening. We literally sat there and learned this from D Alfred last year. The defense won't, it won lights out last year. But also, you sat there and saw team just went at D Alfred. I ain't gotta worry about the rest of your defense. I'm just gonna beat y'all by beating him, and that's the blueprint now. That's what they're doing with JD Bertrand. Either Either I'm a wham block him, or I'm gonna isolate him in a with a speedy running back. I'm gonna isolate him on the pass route. It's one of the two. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna make sure that he's involved on every play. Why? Because I know I can beat him. I can beat y'all by beating him.
Weak
There's
link.
no there's yeah, he's the weakest of weak link. Like there's no reason that he should still be starting. And I said this on the attack. You cannot have an effective defense with JD Bertrand getting starter minutes. You cannot do it. In today's game, you can't do it. I'm sorry. Like there's no getting around that. You cannot do it. Especially in the middle of your defense.
Yeah.
Like if he was somewhere else, I may be able to hide him. And he just make a couple flash plays here and there. All right, cool. In the dead smack middle of the defense, no, I can't do that. I can't do it. 'Cause either I'm a H back whammer or I'm a tight end whammer. It's one of the two. I don't even have to take and put an offensive lineman on him. I don't have to pull a guard to go smack him. I don't. I can get the job done with a tight end or a fullback. That's disgusting. You know, like just having JD Bertrand on the defense open up other teams' playbook exponentially. Because I can sit there and take a tackle or a guard and I can send him up the field to go block somebody else. I don't have to worry about him. Like he's the least of my worries. He's the least of my worries. And he's in the middle of your defense. Come on, man. Like this, man. Arthur Blank should have had his suit for the game. And he should have had one of them suit bags with the black suit with the red pocket square and the red tie. Before the game ended, he should have switched over to that other suit and took Raheem and Zach Robinson, pulled them to the side and had that conversation. And he should be having a press conference right now. Hey,
Yeah.
things didn't work out the way we wanted to go, and we wish them the best in their future endeavors, but they're no longer part of the Atlanta Falcon organization.
Yeah.
Like, that's what should have happened.
I get you on that, man. I definitely get you on that. C Double, what you got for us, man?
Hold on, I'm trying. I want to be like a coach that gets paid money for doing this. I need some gum though. I can feel his brilliance coming. All right, look, the Atlanta Falcons, guys. The Atlanta Falcons are the prime example of what happens with constipation. They don't let crap out. All right, that's the Atlanta Falcons. This year, last year, the year before that, your daddy's Falcons, your grandpapa's Falcons, they won't let no crap out. So we know that. So Rod goes, that's fine. Zach goes to college and wants to be around the young ladies. I get it. Homeboy's been dreaming about them because he ain't there. Homeboy, yeah. And look, please don't tell me. Well, we got DJ Watt. If you watch quarterback series, you heard the excellence of TJ Watt. Because that man looked at Kirk Cousins, I don't know how many times, saying the following phrase: I don't know. So this is the brain power that we have on our team. So Terry's got to get under the blade as well. Everybody. But see, I'm not looking at just going, Ra, you're gone. Zach, you're gone. No, I'm looking, hey, Rich, I know you got an office somewhere. Get the hell out. Arthur Blanks, get the hell out. I want your son in charge because you don't need to be here. You're old. You're decrepit. Go enjoy your retirement. Go call your lady friends. I don't care. Get on the plane and just leave your checkbook. That's all we ask. Mm-hmm. All right? Because really, honest to God, that has got to happen. You got to fumigate this whole place, and you got to get a coach that's going to coach. And, no matter what, you kind of have to get Arthur Blank, you got to get whoever's going to be in charge to answer one question. Are we going to commit to developing Michael Penix? If the answer is yes, then go get you a quarterback teacher. Get you a guy like a Tom Moore. Get you a guy. He doesn't have to be the offense coordinator, but he can work with him. Get with Michael Penix. Go, look, here's the top quarterback trainers. Bijan went with McCaffrey to learn. Then find people to do the same. Michael Penix can play, but the problem is we are asking a rookie to basically take us to the playoffs. And all I said about this season was this. We are basically asking this roster to basically outperform the idiot coaches. And everyone was like, "Oh no, you got to give Ra a chance." No, he's an idiot. And he has proven it over and over and over. And it's like this. The Buffalo game, when we won, I was like, okay, I'm waiting for the letdown. So I'm watching San Francisco. You had Chris Collinsworth waving pom-poms about us. That doesn't happen. And of course, in Falcon order, when you think you believed, we let you down because Chris Collinsworth's like, man, this team sucks. I mean, he jumped off the ship and broke some ankles, I heard. But, hey, he wasn't playing. But as soon as that game was over, I'm like, okay, there's your letdown. We were supposed to win. By the way, how did the 49ers look against Texas? Because I heard they got stomped.
Yeah, stomped.
The same team that whooped us.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Miami, you had Mr. Stoner Boy, who has been begging to be put out of his misery, along with Tua, who can't give you two sentences, who probably had one eye on the ball and another hoping he didn't get hit. But again, what happened? We made them look like all-stars. We made them look great. And the defense got hung to dry. And what's so funny is Kirk Cousins was playing. People are like, oh, man, we're going to have a contract. No, we're not, because you got, Captain Doofus and Captain Tweedledee and Tweedledum looking at this going, all right, we got this. Pistol on a 4th and 1. I mean, see, I wasn't even mad at that point. I'm just watching, just going, and I'm waiting to hear people tell me, oh, man, you got to give Raheem a chance. Why? I would have fired him after the Carolina game. I definitely would have fired him after this game. Here's the sad part, guys. We got 2 games against 2 dominant teams. New England, I know that's scary to say that. And look at the other team you're going to be facing, the Indianapolis Colts. And you're going to have to play those 2 teams. Here's a scary thing. You may actually win a game. But the games I'm worried about are the 1-6 Jets and the Saints.
Yeah.
And why? Because we're the Falcons. We will lose games we're not supposed to lose, but we'll win the games you're going, how did we win that? Does anyone know?
Yeah. And the crazy part about it is Tampa and New Orleans are playing right now. I think they're about to go into halftime. Tampa's up 7-3. But yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this out, guys. C-Double, let people know where people can find you and on the platforms that you're on.
Yeah, I've been gone for a while because I suffered a loss from family. My aunt and uncle passed away this past month.
Oh,
so
sorry
I
to
actually
hear that,
stayed
man.
up. Yeah, I mean, basically you guys actually were keeping me going. I was just listening to podcasts. I just listened to podcasts. I didn't really do anything until, I probably am going to start this week because I'm finally comfortable coming out and talking again.
Okay.
But yeah, to find me is C-Double28 on YouTube. We do shows, me, Ladarius, and Ron. And, look, no matter what, and, I kind of like what Coach said, don't get too wrapped. But here's what I'm going to say. Look, enjoy the sports. Like, the NFL's fun to watch. Just do not watch or don't put your dependence on the Falcons. Because, look, guys, they're going to let you down. I mean, it's like I said, there's nothing fun about constipation, and that's what we are.
Yeah. All right. Shout out to you, C-Double. So John and Winston, we know where to find both of y'all because both of y'all are in the same spot. But let people know where to find y'all.
Go ahead, John.
Man, why I got to talk all the doggone time. Well, but I don't mind doing it. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to start with the Atlanta Falcons, exhaust Atlanta Falcons talk, and go on to other subjects of interest, things that you want to get off of your chest, the eye test is your spot. Come visit us every Wednesday night at 10 o'clock and to all of the bus drivers, Waffle House workers, shift workers, people on the backside of the clock, you all are free to join us too in the comments or either on stage. And hey, like C Double said, it makes a good replay.
Yes. All right, Winston, you got anything, man?
Like my partner John said, catch us every Wednesday on YouTube, 10 p.m. on the eye test. Catch us on Facebook. We got 2 eye test groups. Same name. Catch us on Twitter too. We're trying to get that up and running. But yeah, start off with Falcon conversation. And tell them where the conversation will go, but you may enjoy the ride along the way, man. Every Wednesday night, 10 p.m. to 2 or later. or later. Ain't no
Or
telling.
later.
Ain't no telling. But yeah.
Yes, sir, man. Well, I appreciate having you guys on here.
That's all right. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us on, man. But I wish circumstances would improve to where it would be a bit more pleasurable and we could be doing some bragging, doing some celebrating. But man, my God. Boy.
And please, Falcon fan, if you hear anybody else sit there and say, man, put Kirk Cousins in, fire off on him. Just fire off on him. Just good Lord. That was a business. But that's neither here nor there.
All righty, guys. I appreciate y'all. So in closing, man, shout out to all the content creators that came on here. Shout out to George for coming on here, man. RJC, all the content creators, man. I appreciate y'all, Wolf. But in closing, man, something needs to change. Something needs to change fast. I'm all for getting Zach up out of here. I'm all for getting Raheem up out of here. I don't think they deserve another week because we don't know what to expect next week. We're running into a team that's 6-2 right now. That's what we're about to run into. We lost to a team that was 1-6. So I don't know how you turn this ship around after the last 2 weeks. Your offense has literally scored 13 points in 8 quarters. So how you turn that around, I don't know. I have no idea whatsoever, but we got to find a way to unfuck this situation quick. And, right now, we don't deserve the playoffs. We don't. We flat out don't. Crazy part about it is with the Saints win, this hurts my soul, man. It's hard for me to even get out. I thought I was about to vomit in my mouth. With a Saints win, there's still a chance for the division. This is why I hate being a Falcons fan sometimes. Because this is going to be easy for Raheem. If the Saints win, that's going to be Raheem's get out of jail card. We still have an opportunity at the division. We're 2 games behind Tampa. We're 1 game behind Carolina. If we go and beat them both, we still have, that's going to be his play. I don't think he deserves that. But best case scenario, we go ahead and pack them up right now, get some interims in here, and what's going to be is what's going to be. And in the offseason, take your fucking time. These first timers, you shouldn't even interview them. You get you a guy in the building that's proven something. I don't want Raheem ever in the building, period, after he's let go. Ever. But we're going to see how this plays out, man. Again, boy, tomorrow's gonna be a doozy. Sports radio is gonna have a field day with this. And then Raheem Morris is, if they don't fire him tomorrow, you can pretty much cancel Christmas. He gonna live to see another week, and we come out here, support this team again next week, and then they get embarrassed by the Patriots. Then we're right back here again. To me, I'm like, we're wasting time. We're wasting time right now. We know what needs to happen. We know what's eventually going to happen. So I'm like, just rip the Band-Aid off right now. Don't wait until the end of the season and say, yeah, we're going to go a different direction. Because my argument is going to be this. Why did y'all keep him? We see coaches get Matt Eberflus. Wasn't a good coach, but after what he did in that game, they fired this man the next day. Crazy part about it, Raheem Morris did the same exact shit last year. The same thing that Matt Eberflus did that got him fired was the same thing Raheem Morris did. Same thing. This is an organizational thing. And again, you're just showing your fan base that walked out on you in the third quarter. You're just showing them you really don't give a fuck. You're going to choose this man and this bum-ass offensive coordinator over the logo that you own. So I'm like, okay, if you own this logo and you keep this incompetence, why am I fighting so hard for it? If this don't bother you and you're the owner of the logo, why the hell am I fighting for the logo like that? And people know me, it's logo business. But you got us out here looking like goofies every week. With these two guys, you know got to get up out of here. So like George said, he made a good point. We probably need to fire ourselves for a second. How I care more about the logo than you do, Blank? Plenty of Falcons fans literally bleed red and black. Don't miss games. You know, no matter when we play, 1 o'clock, don't bother us. Even in games like this, 4 o'clock game, don't bother us. Primetime games, definitely don't bother us. International games where you got to wake up at 9 o'clock. Actually, you got to wake up earlier than that. Don't bother me. Fam, one of my things when I worked a 9 to 5, I wasn't working on Sunday. My schedule, from blind and flying, they would have me on the schedule on Sundays when I did work Sundays from 6 to 12. Y'all know I left every one of those Sundays, 6 to 2. I left every one of those Sundays at 12. They knew what time it was. I'm not staying till no 2 o'clock. You got me fucked up. I'm at the house by 1, kicked up, ready to get to work. Then they just said, man, you know what? We might as well not put him on Sundays. Dude, and my Monday was my actual day off. Dude, I chose my Mondays as a recovery day from football. That's why I had Mondays off. I had to recover from it. But again, man, this is really you're showing your fan base your whole ass if you don't get these guys up out of here, man. This is embarrassing. And if it's a money issue, it's hard for me to believe it's a money issue. And this Arthur Blank walking around worth billions of dollars. It don't count against the cap to get these boys up out of here either. So you got fuck you money. And you concerned about money? Man, nah. I've seen coaches fired for less, bro. Like I said, in 2016, Jeff Fisher signed a 2-year extension a week before we played. I think it was a week or two before we played him, and he got fired after he played us. No bullshit. They let him up out of the door. Yeah, he signed. Man, matter of fact, let me pull this shit up. Hold on for a second. Okay, let me pull this up. I don't want people to think I'm bullshitting. This can be done. Like, you don't have to hold on. You don't have to hold on to a goddamn coach, a coordinator, nothing. You can get them up out of here. In December 2016, Jeff Fisher signed a two-year contract extension with the Los Angeles Rams that would have kept him through the 2018 season, though it was widely reported to include a team option. The extension was controversial because Fisher had not achieved a winning record with the team, and he was fired just 12 days after the extension was made public. In the time he signed that contract extension and the team he played, it was us. We beat them so badly they fired this man. And then they brought in McVay. Man, matter of fact, the Rams can thank us, because a lot of their ring has a lot to do with the fact we beat the brakes off y'all so bad y'all had to completely change coaches. So nobody can tell me this Raheem Morris can't get up out of here. And mind you, Jeff Fisher was a terrible coach. I don't care if this man has an extension cord. I don't care. Today is a fireable offense. They said from what I heard, we beat them so badly that I think that following what was it, Monday, the coaching staff that was still there, they didn't even know Jeff Fisher got fired. They told that man don't even come back to the premises, bro. Zach says they did. They did thank us. They gave us Raheem and Zach. Yeah, they fucked us on that one. So for anybody that always tells me you can't fire, yeah, you can fire a coach. There's going to be a coach that gets fired this year ahead of time. Mike McDaniel, with this win, bought himself about 3 or 4 weeks. But will the Falcons do it? We'll have to wait and see, fam. We'll have to wait and see. But I'm telling you, you are sending a very, very bad message to the fan base if you don't. So with that being said and done, fam, I appreciate everybody that came on. I appreciate everybody that was in the chat section. Y'all know it's all love. And shout out to the other content creators, Atlanta Bird Gang, Birdcage, Uncle Steve, Smitty, Big Low, Quarters with Porter, all you guys. I appreciate y'all, and I will be listening to your content a little later on today, tomorrow, so on and so on. Shout out to Maggie over there in the AFN. I know those ladies gonna have something to talk about about this game. But everybody go check out all the other content creators, fam. And your boy is out. Peace.